Hello guys, I'm back here with the new tutorial and we're gonna talk about the Bloodborne health system. Generally, if your character got hit, you have a small window to perform some attacks, and those attacks can restore the portion of your health. Here how the whole blueprint logic looks like. It's all. That's the update widget function. So generally, that's all you need to do. And two more functions inside my global function library. So instead of using the interface, I use global functions so I can call them in any place of my project. As for the health bar, here you may see that I have two progress bars, but they operate kind of differently from each other. So the first thing is that we need to have the actor component that we're gonna store inside our character. So here I have mine, like this. Once you create your actor component, those debug keys are just to perform the demonstration of how the system works. So every time I press plus or the minus, I update my health using the global function with a random number. So this one gonna be heal, this one gonna be damage. And you can use this function to damage your enemies and so on. The update of health comes on the event tick, but by default you may see that this actor component doesn't have tick enabled at the begin play. So we're gonna allow this tick to be enabled once the update health event is triggered. So whether it's heal or the damage state. On the when begin play, I create the widget, this one, and add it to viewport. So it looks like this. And the end play, I need to remove this widget and to, just in case, set it to the null reference. I also have the custom event. You may convert it to the function. I forgot, honestly, that actor components doesn't have the timeline on the actors. So I made all the logic, but then I realized that without a timeline I need to update it somewhere else. So I decided to go with this kind of trick with the tick and interpolation of my floats, the specific delta time and interpolation speed. So we create the custom event, we add here in the inputs the value, and generally this value, as I store it here, incoming health, it might be the damage or the health restoration. I check whether the health, we need to have the maximum health, our current health, incoming health, delta health, and predicted health. Max health, current health, and predicted health by default should all start with your specific value. But once you have the save system, you're gonna restore it. So if my current health is higher than 1 or the 0, I can proceed. Then I check whether incoming damage is lower than incoming health is lower than 0, so it means we're gonna be damaged. Or if my current health doesn't equal my max health, so it means we're gonna be healed. So if this condition is also true, we store the delta health. So incoming health plus delta health is going to be the amount of health we're going to change during the time. Next thing is to clamp sort of our logic, so we cannot be damaged more than we could get heal. And the same for the over healing. So with the current health plus delta health, we check whether it's higher than 0. If it's so, we select this to be up here. So our predicted health gonna be changed to the positive value. But we should not be higher than our maximum health. So we also check if this condition equals or high our max health. So if it's true, we're gonna use the maximum health instead. And once we get this event called, we're gonna set our component tick to be enabled. Here comes this smooth animation, sort of. So from the current health, we need to get to our predicted health with interpolation speed. I use interpolation to constant, so during the whole period of restoration, the amounts will be the same over the whole cycle. Next one is to decrease the delta health. So, for instance, if I have, like damage, heal, this sort of random event sequence, the delta health from the previous time should be decreased, so the logic won't be ruined. After this, I check whether the current health and my predicted health are nearly equal. If it's so, the current health should be set as the predicted one, and we need to bring that health back to 0. Next we check, someday, as you may see from my comments, this logic can or should be placed somewhere else, not in this component. For instance, in the animation notifier. So animation plays in, then something goes on and you check whether animation is done, and on this notifier you should check the health condition. After this you should just kill your actor. But for me here it's okay to have this one. This one is just the debug print, so I can check whether I have everything working fine. So I don't have the overheal or the damage more than I can get. What else? The function library. So let's say you have one. You need to implement two functions. If you don't know what is the Blueprint function library, you simply should check the documentation on the Epic's website or some of my previous tutorials. So the first function is get health stats. We need to provide the actor, because it might be not our character but maybe our enemy and so this one is sort of, as I said, global function called in different places for different purposes. We check the owner. If it has the component by class, it's the health component. If it's so, I also use temporal variable. I prefer my graph to look clean and tidy and tiny. So from this component I extract the maximum health, current health and predicted health and use them as the return value, like this. Other function is update health. So get health stats here, obviously for updating the widget, like this. For the update health I have the same logic, so the owner get component, if everything is valid I return, update health. So the same logic, right? We have component, if it's so, we call from our component the custom event called update health, the one we created earlier, this one. And we provide the value that we're gonna be changing our health. So we're done with this one, we're done with adding our actor component to our character. So as for logic here, just check everything one more time. Also make sure to use set live spam, because this one doesn't provide any errors rather than destroy actor. So for our widget, here I have two progress bars. The one is underneath, the one that comes, the last one will be on the top of the previous one. So the first one is health predicted. You may see that they both share the offset, so the anchor is top left corner, the size and so on. But in style I have different values. So to make it look flat without any sort of rounded shapes, you need to provide two background and fill image. The blank texture, I have mine that is 16 by 16 pixels, like this. And you also need to set the draw as image. For the predicted health, I have this tint, so it's kind of dark and a little bit transparent. And this one is this gray portion of health. For the health current I have the same one, this and this. I provide everything here, so I don't need to update those kind of changes at the runtime. So I set everything up here. The only thing I need to change is the current percentage for both of my progress bars. Here we also see how the bar gonna be changed from left to right. We're gonna do graph, and in the event graph we create the function called update health bar, like this. Also make sure that both of your progress bar are set to be variables. So next we have our get player pawn. It's our default character. We use the global function from our global function library. Here it's under my category, get health stats. As I said, I prefer using the local temporal variables, so I don't need to have a lot of overlapping and sort of wires. So we have our maximum health, current health and predicted health, and we change the current health and predicted health progress bar the following way. Current health divided by the maximum health. We select whether this one is lower as from our predicted health value. Sorry guys, it's a bit tired. So predicted health divided by the maximum health, we get this sort of percentage. If it's so, we provide it to our health current, and the opposite condition, whether our current is higher of our predicted. And that's it. So that's how it looks like. So here you go. I'm gonna update this maybe next week, so you also may see that right now I also have this stamina bar, but it's gonna be for my next tutorial. And I'm gonna upload the sample project separately for the health and the stamina bar to my Patreon. So if you don't like to make it on your own, you simply can acquire it via the subscription. The link gonna be under this video. So guys, as always, please subscribe to my channel, leave your feedback. In case you want to support me, go to my Patreon, and see you next time, guys.